As I was. Now, the next deck below is B deck, aka the lowest promenade deck. It's also where the yellow stripe is. The forecastle is where some storage stuff is. And yeah. Oh wait, shoot, sorry. But to the front and the back of it, there are two door things that lead to rooms. The front one leads to this long stretch of rooms. They also lead to the front of the ship where you can get to the forecastle, which means once the wall flits up high enough, not only will shatter through windows, you'll also start flying into here very easily. For the back out cabins is where the grand staircase's room is. A room thing, the shaft, the first thingy where all the funnels smoke comes out, and then the sternmost area, which is where the stern stairwell is, which starts on A deck. This is also where the stern forecastle is. On C deck, I'm going from stern to bow. There is two little holes over here. Some of the stern boarding doors. And also the area where the stern stairwell of the stern forecastle. And a ladder that stretches up from B deck to D to E deck, which also leads to another ladder that then leads to F deck to bomber's floor, F deck, or the bomber's floor, which the exact area is some of the ballast area rooms. Also a stairwell. Now, going forward, there are two halls that go down to stairs that lead to a dining hall. There's also two R-type doors able to be shut. A ladder that leads to C deck and some rooms. Most probably crew rooms. More forward is crew bunks. I think the last rooms were actually passenger rooms. And also a ladder that leads up to the kitchen. That leads to the kitchen where there's a ladder that leads to wait, maybe I'm gonna check below. Which then leads to the first class dining room. Second class just gets scrapped. Of course. Which currently the kitchen was flooding. There's also a little freezer room. The boat deck A, B, and C deck. D deck right below. D deck? Jesus. Is right below us. Also where the main staircase ends. It goes from the boat deck to C deck. Behind there, from A deck to C deck is also where the, I think, second class staircase ends. The true hall thing needs to lead to the second class dining room on D deck. Is where those are. Now, going from stern to bow now on D deck. Anyways, on D deck, sternmost area. It's just a spit clear area which also has the ladder thing here. The stern below, it's the floor deck below. It is also where the stern thingy is, and we're a ladder that leads down into the propeller shaft room, or shaft, or or shaft valley, as it is known as, is where it's located. This is also leads to two ladders that lead to the engine room. In front of it is where the second class dining room is. In front of that is where is a long stretch of second class cabins in nature. That's all ladder that leads to the first class areas. The cabins area is also a ladder that leads to the kitchen. And also we're in the crew bunks area. In front of this is where the hole where the third torpedo hit, which stretches across three decks, C, C, D, and E deck. Meanwhile, the other X holes in her only go to E, only at D and F, and partially at D. So were the forecastle.
That meant rebuilding the source engine. Especially the other month and it wasn't just a VR game anymore. So,
Now, the deck below this one is where the trouble really is, where the holes all are. The holes in that were in D deck. D deck is where the first explosion blew up our D deck, E deck, and F deck. The second one blew out D, E, and F to D, E, and F. And also the world deck. And there's part of the underside of it